I am joined now by Dani Fonseca, who is going to be one of the power hitters this season for the Mountain Lions. Dani, you had a stellar end to last season. You hit a home run in the opening game for the conference tournament. That still hasn't landed, one of the hugest home runs you could imagine. But a great finish to last season where you really found your rhythm, you really found your groove, and you finished really strong. I have a feeling a lot of opponents in the RMAC are going to know the name of Dani Fonseca this season. But how did the end of last season help build the confidence that you have going into this season, knowing that you're going to be one of the power hitters for the Mountain Lions?
It was just a really good way to end last season, especially kind of starting off a little rough. I wasn't doing too well. Then at the end, it was really nice to finally find a rhythm, get consistent, and then now I can carry that into this year. And I've seen all the pitchers. I know what they can do, except for the new ones coming in on other teams. They're freshman pitchers. But I know what they're going to throw me for the most part. I think they're going to try and keep me outside, definitely. But I think it just helps knowing that I can do that against college pitchers for sure.
And the official prediction for you is 1 billion home runs this season, right?
Hey, that's what I said.
That's right. So the season is going to officially begin this Friday as you're set to take on Northwest Nazarene in the opening game for the Desert Stinger Tournament, one of 5 games in Las Vegas, Nevada. How do you feel right now about going into the opening weekend with some of the top teams in all of Division II being the opponents this weekend? How do you feel the Mountain Lions are going to stack up against that top caliber teams?
It will definitely be a good weekend to play some good games. We can do really well just coming out the first weekend and playing really tough teams. That might be a little bit of a shock for us, especially for it being our first weekend and our first games. It would have been nice to maybe get in some games before then, but I think if we can get it all together and do what we usually do, we can hold our own against them, definitely.
So you mentioned some games previously would have helped, and the Mountain Lions were supposed to have some games previously which would have helped against Colorado Mines this past weekend. That did not occur due to the weather. How do you feel about that?
I think it's you can't do much about the weather, but having those few games to just maybe get some kinks out, see some live pitching against other pitchers than our own would have been nice and helpful for the team. But, there's not much you can do about the weather.
But you will face Colorado Mines, if weather permits, for the opening weekend of conference play, and that's going to be 2 weeks after this weekend. You're also going to play Shattern State up in Shattern, Nebraska. Can I get your thoughts on those 2 games or just the entire layout of the RMAC as a whole?
I think those 2 games will definitely set the tone for the season, especially since we kind of have a little rivalry going with Shattern after our games last year. And, we'll just have to see about Mines. They lost their number 1 pitcher, and they have a new coaching staff. So, they could be a whole different team than what we project. But that'll definitely set the tone for the season if we can bust out some wins there.
And where do you expect the Mountain Lions to finish this year? In the RMAC preseason coaches poll, the team was projected to finish 5th place, which means you should make the playoffs. But do you feel like that's a fair assessment of where the team is and where the team will finish this season?
I think definitely it is. It is a fair assessment. I think we can do a lot better. I can't see us doing much worse than that at all. We're a good team. We have a lot of talent, a lot of returning players. The freshmen are definitely going to be an asset to us this year, especially with how small our team is, considering we only have 13 players. But, we can do really well. Some teams are going to bounce around because new coaches, different players, lost a lot of people. But we're pretty consistent, so I think we can stay there or go up.
So again, the season opens this Friday in Las Vegas, Nevada against Northwest Nazarene, the first of 1 billion home runs hopefully coming in that game. Good luck in that game, and good luck for the remainder of the season.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yep, thank you, Dani.